Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea. If you are new here, I'm a homeschool mom of 2. I have a daughter going into her kindergarten year, and then I have a 2-year-old son who he's not doing any homeschooling stuff just yet. This video today is going to be about all of our homeschool reads for the last school year, talking mainly about all the chapter books, because if I listed out the picture books, I don't even have a list. That list was way too long of how many picture books we read. So if you're interested in some of our chapter books, not all of them are featured here in this stack. I will be putting up some pictures along the way because we utilize the library a lot. We utilize Hoopla, we utilize Libby. So if you are interested in what books my daughter liked and enjoyed or series, stick around. Let's go ahead and start off with the books that I have physical copies of. We started off the year with The Very, Very Far North. We utilized Build Your Library level 0 and Torchlight level 0, so a lot of the books and stories we read were like on our around the world journey. This book was our first chapter book we ever read aloud, and we gave it 5 stars. If you don't know about The Very, Very Far North, it's about Dwayne and all of his friends and the adventures and silly stuff they meet and do along the way. It kind of gives Winnie the Pooh vibes, but with a polar bear. After we read The Very, Very Far North, we tried reading Just Beyond the Very, Very Far North. Unfortunately, this book was not a hit for us, and we DNF'd it. DNF is did not finish it at chapter 3. If I remember, I looked early. Yeah, we DNF'd this book at chapter 3. So unfortunately, this one was not as much a hit as the first. We also read the entire Zoey and Sassafras series. I purchased the bundle of books 1 through 6 on Amazon. These were so much fun. They think of a little girl who can speak to magical animals. They come and knock on her door with different ailments and different help that they need with problems to fix. My daughter, who wants to be a vet, was obsessed with this series, and a lot of them actually have, like, if you go on the website, have science experiments that you can do in correlation with the book at home. Like, there was one that was really memorable, the Monsters and Mold. We actually bought mold kits, and we were testing different mold spores and what have you around the house. So this series was a huge hit, 5 stars all across the board. We also read several of the Magic Treehouse books. I have only this one copy. We read the Dinosaurs Before Dark, and I have a sheet of paper here with the other ones. We read Dinosaurs Before Dark, Late Lunch with Llamas, which helped when we went to Peru. That's what we read. We also read Dingoes at Dinner Time, and I could have sworn there were other ones, and I probably just forgot to add them to our Goodreads account. But we loved every single book in the Magic Treehouse series and all the adventures they went on. If you don't know the Magic Treehouse books, they climb this treehouse and then it takes them to different eras, different places, different history. It's great for using with like history hops around the world and more. After we finished this book, we went down a dinosaur kind of rabbit hole, and we ended up reading we ended up reading a lot of, I'll put it like a picture here, the Dinosaur Club book series. I think we read 3 of them. We read the Edmontosaurus Stampede, the T-Rex Attack, and Avoiding the Allosaurus. I don't think I could get any more on my Libby or my Hoopla account, so we just didn't get any more and just kept reading other books that were more accessible. But we gave this whole series 4 stars, 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. If you have a kid that loves dinosaurs, it's about these 2 kids that go into a cave, and there's like a secret portal essentially that takes them, when they keep on walking through the cave, to different eras and different dinosaurs that they meet along the way. Another series that we read was the Mystery of series. We read from this series the Mystery of the Icy Paw Prince and the Mystery, what was the other one? The Mystery at the Coral Reef. The Icy Paw Prince we read right after we finished The Very, Very Far North, and then the Coral Reef was when we were learning about Australia. Both of those books we really enjoyed. We gave them 4 or 5 stars as well. It's about a brother and sister, and they're solving mysteries across the globe. So if you kind of like have a learner or a reader that's really into mysteries, check out that series. Speaking of mystery, another book we read was Basil in Mexico. I don't have a copy of this book, which I'm kind of happy about that we don't have, because we gave it like 2-3 stars. We got through it, but it's not memorable. It wasn't our favorite. Think of Sherlock Holmes is a mouse in Mexico solving a mystery. That was Basil in Mexico. Another one-off book that we read was Ivy and the Goblin, and I'm kind of bummed that we didn't realize this was the second book. I think Torchlight just recommends a second book or we missed it somehow, but we read Ivy and the Goblin, which is a sweet little like fantasy magical realism story about a little girl and her grandmother. And we gave that book 5 stars. Another series that we read and we absolutely loved was the Wild Robot series. If you haven't read this series, I highly suggest it. We didn't read the first book because my kid watched the movie so many times. So we did read the second book, The Wild Robot Escapes, and the third book, The Wild Robot Protects. We gave both of those books 5 stars and could not put it down. And the last book we read for the school year was The Children of Noisy Village. We gave this book 4 stars. It's about a village of children and they're all neighbors, and every chapter is about different activities and adventures that they go on together. It's a very classical style book. I think it's one of the few classics that we actually read this year. And it's not my personal favorite. I'm not a huge fan of classical era style books, but The Children of Noisy Village was, I think it was on our list to read for Torchlight or Build Your Library. I don't know, but we read it. Those are all the chapter books that we read this year. Our top 2, I would say, top 2 series, because I can't just do single books. Top 2 series that we read was the Wild Robot series as well as Zoey and Sassafras. 2 very different series, but we love them both so much. Leave a comment below. What was your favorite book you read this year? Either your book as a parent or as a teacher or your student's favorite book. I'm curious to know and add it to our TBR. If you want to follow my Goodreads account, I read a lot personally, and I will link that down below as well. And if you haven't already, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.